Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Carwash Magazine Live. I am your host, Matt Wulf, editor-in-chief of Carwash Magazine and the brand officer for International Car Wash Association. Welcome, everybody. Again, it is Thursday. We are doing this every Thursday, giving you what you need to stay connected and confident in the car wash industry and get you on your way. Again, we're trying to do this in 10 minutes or less so you can get what you need, get a great idea or two, and get back to your business. And then once per month, we're going to take that last Thursday of every month and we're going to deep dive for you on something of extra importance. So this month, we're going to be doing that with a session around identifying and prioritizing the data that you can use in your business to kind of transform that business, change customer experiences, all kinds of really fascinating stuff. We're doing that at the end of this month, Thursday. I believe that is June 30th, so mark your calendars for that. You're going to be seeing that on social everywhere we can. Now, this month is June. Yes, it is June. Today is actually the last day of school for my kids, so summer is beginning in earnest here. But June is also ICA Member Appreciation Month, and we are excited to be offering a couple of really fantastic opportunities for ICA members. We have released all of our Pitch 20 sessions, which were recorded at the Car Wash Show not in Las Vegas, in Nashville, most recently at our show. And so members can go check those out. Those are 20-minute kind of sessions on what's new and what's kind of cool in the industry right now. So check those out if you're a member. If you're not a member, it's $10 a month, $120 a year for you to get access to all those things. Plus, we've got a couple of additional opportunities for you with a live pitch session here at the end of this month, and then a webinar with Derek Kaufman, who helps ICA when it comes to automotive technology. And so we'll talk about what's going on with dealerships and automotive makers and what they've got going on there and how they're planning for car washing, or maybe they're not. Okay, so we said 10 minutes or less. Here's one thing from last week I wanted to make sure you all caught. This is from our conversation with Rob Shesol from Splash Car Washes in China.
So Taisong city government and ourselves really looked at this step by step, analyzing. They helped us understand regulation, what was possible, and it helped us understand kind of legacy conditions. And meanwhile, we were introducing them to really, better operational models, better technology, and how this could be done. So the fruition of that was what we opened in summer 2018, our first wash, which was also the first tunnel wash in China, which is also the greenest car wash in China. This is why the government embraced it. It was because we had a full water recycling model. And so the city government promoted this as, in their words, an environmental landmark. And so that was really, so we realized that this was, huge opportunity. We were a first mover with this solution. And so we really embraced the green and the water recycling as, a fundamental, core part of our own identity.
All right, so that's a quick bit for you from Splash Car Wash in China. They were the first express tunnel there, first tunnel operation there, and the greenest, as you heard Rob say. So check out that full conversation through Car Wash the podcast. Lots of great insight and information there for you. Now, from that very serious topic, we're going to jump pretty quickly and take a hard left turn to this.
What starts with T, ends with T, and is full of tea? A teapot.
All right, so I realized that was more riddle and less joke, but they're all welcome here on this program. And so if you've got a good one to share, make sure you send that to me at mdewolf@carwash.org. I would love to hear your great jokes, your great riddles. Remember, this is a family-friendly show, and so keep them clean out there, friends. All right, so this week in Car Wash news, we've got Mint Eco. They've decided to make permanent a program to wash police cars for free. They had been doing that as kind of a special promotion as they opened. They're now going to make that a permanent feature there at their wash, so that's a pretty cool way to make sure you're connected to the community. What else do we have going on? We've got Superstar Car Wash out west. They've reached 38 locations with their latest opening, so we're continuing to see that number go up for everyone. Big news, we've got Mammoth Holdings, which really kind of gathered in 2018. Mammoth Holdings is now opening their 100th location, which is pretty wild. And just for like a hot minute, let's talk about some growth for a minute. So This is pretty indicative of what we're starting to see all over the United States. There's a town, city, I don't know what the technical term for it, but its population is 200,000 people. It's Cape Coral, Florida, and they are projecting that they could hit 13 car washes here in the very near future. And so you're on one side of the fence or the other on this topic. That's either really great for driving up ease of use for customers to be able to wash their car whenever they want, wherever they want, and really lift up the entire industry, or you're on the oversaturation side and you think that's way too many car washes, and I'll walk that line right down the middle with you, and happy to have that conversation and hear both sides of that story. But I will say that's 13 locations, 200,000 people, about one car wash per 16,000 people, I believe. So interesting stuff. That's what's going on out there. One last thing I want to talk about as you all are thinking about your business. One of the latest articles from the Carwash magazine publication that we put out each quarter is Dare to Dream. That's a story about what One Wash in Canada is doing for their employees to make sure that they are helping them be better, not just better people in their car wash environment, but better people in general, and helping really make sure that their company is a great place to work. So you can check out that story. It's a really innovative program. You can see that at carwashmagazine.com. If you're an IC member, you got this one in your mail recently, so check it out. Now, all right, where are we going here? I promised you 10 minutes or less, so I've got one more great thing for you. This is from a speaker at the Car Wash Show 2022 in Nashville, Lieutenant Colonel Jason O. He has a fantastic message around no-fail trust that's really resonant for the car wash industry right now. So check out this quick tip from Jason O.
Right? Imagine if you're a car wash owner, and imagine you got that person that's running your car wash. It might be that young boom operator that I talked about that I work with that runs a car wash out in Wichita, Kansas. It might be that young person. It might be some person who spent 20, 30 years in the military and they're running your car wash. Whoever that person is, they're running your car wash, and they see the things on a daily basis that you don't see necessarily as an owner, because you may or may not be there 24/7. You might not be on that front line. Do you want that person to be timid, or do you want that person to have the ability to be assertive based on the right training, based on the right process, and based on having been empowered based on those other 7 skill sets or 6 skill sets? Do you want them to be timid and not really say anything, or do you want them to have the ability to be assertive, not disrespectful, not demeaning, not egotistical, but assertive, to assert themselves at the right time, the right place, for the right reason? So that's what I love about that particular skill set, because oftentimes we miss, how do we set people up to empower them to actually speak up at the right time?
All right, there's your one thing from Lieutenant Colonel Jason O. All around no-fail trust. Now remember, you can go deep on that conversation. You can hear the whole thing at Car Wash the podcast, wherever you're consuming your car wash or your car wash podcast or your other podcasts, whichever ones you might be listening to. That's where you catch that full conversation. It's really powerful stuff, and a really good example of being able to take perspective from outside of our specific industry and bring that in and apply that to our businesses and be better tomorrow than we are today. So, friends, guess what? There's a couple things I need you to do for me. Number one, make sure you're subscribing to us wherever you're consuming your content. And when you get a minute, go on out there and leave us a 5-star rating, of course, and leave us a review, because that lets us know that you're enjoying what we're doing, you're supporting us, and you are willing to share that information publicly. So, the only other thing I've got for you, as always, is that when you are out there and you are just killing it washing cars this weekend, there's only one thing that you've got to do, and that is keep it clean.